So naturally, I'm a bit lazy. Not in a bad way. I just value ease, comfort, and not overcomplicating life. Doesn't mean that I always stick with that, but that's what I value. If you're like me and you crave some softness and you want to romanticize your life, but you don't want to put a lot of effort or drain your energy or drain your bank account, then this video is for you. I used to think about romanticizing my life as a chore. Every time I would scroll through Pinterest, TikTok, Instagram specifically, I would look at these perfectly curated lives, fresh flowers, expensive outfits, some unnecessary objects at unnecessary places. And I would be like, why are you doing this? It doesn't really make sense. And I would try to recreate something similar, either for a picture or just kind of like for myself, just to see how it goes, how it feels. But it didn't really feel like me. I felt a lot of resistance, like a lot of resistance. I was adapting that process and I was learning and getting better. Throughout that process, I actually learned that romanticizing your life doesn't have to be like this huge production of something that doesn't really align or resonate with you. Romanticizing your life, it's not about making your life look like a Pinterest board. It's rather about noticing how good your life already is and adding little things to amplify that feeling. I broke this video into 3 parts. In part 1, we're going to talk about why it feels hard for us to romanticize your life, or essentially why it feels hard for us to try something new. In part 2, I'm going to give you a Lazy Girl Romanticizing Framework. And in part 3, we're going to talk about how to keep going even when you don't feel like it. Our brains are wired to crave something familiar, something that feels easy. It doesn't necessarily bad. Our brain is just trying to protect us and conserve the energy that we have. But here's the thing. Familiar does not always mean that it's good for you. For example, eating junk food is familiar, but it's not good for you. Scrolling your phone for hours is familiar, but it's not going to provide you with a lot of rest. Saying yes to everything is familiar as well, but it's not good for you and it's going to drain you and drain your energy and make you resentful. When you're going to try and romanticize your life, you're trying something new, and of course your brain will probably resist that. And I want you to remember that that's okay. It's just your natural reaction. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be rewiring your brain. Your brain is probably not used to slowing down and creating meaningful slow moments just for yourself, just for the sake of it. But the more you practice, like with everything, the easier it will get. It's like training a muscle, but we're going to be doing it in a gentle, soft, lazy girl way. So we're going to start with putting in some effort. The keyword here is some, and we're going to make it enjoyable along the way. So instead of overhauling your whole environment and potentially spending money on things that you don't really need, we're going to start with adding a little bit of extra into what you're doing already without turning it into a huge task on your to-do list. So for example, it can mean lighting a candle when you're eating or making your breakfast. You could start with playing some sort of calming music or a playlist when you're doing your skincare, even if it's like for 2 minutes, that's okay. You can start with putting some lemons or berries into your water, or you can also turn some twinkle lights in your room. All these little things will take less than 1 minute of your time, and it's about layering one thing on top of the other one. So we're just adding something extra into what you're doing already. Our step 2 is only going to be happening once a week for now, but we're going to be doing it. Even if you feel resistant, you're still going to be doing it, and it's going to be good for you in the long run. So we're going to schedule something nice for ourselves once a week. I think it's pretty easy and it's pretty doable. Here are some examples for you. You can go to a cafe, you can go to a coffee shop, grab yourself your favorite drink, you guessed it, and have a little solo date. Go for a walk, read a book, just make it for yourself, just make it special. You can grab a pastry along the way, make it cute, maybe snap a couple pictures of it that you actually did it. It might be very, very awkward at first. I actually talk about it in one of my videos about solo dating and that kind of stuff. My first solo date was very awkward, but regardless, we gotta start somewhere. We need to learn from those experiences. It's okay if your first attempt is not what you hoped it would be. Essentially, just do it. Another thing you can do is like take a slow walk somewhere nice in a nice area, in a nice park, maybe somewhere near the lake or river, while listening to your favorite music or maybe a podcast. The other thing that you can do, it's pretty easy, pretty lazy, pretty comforting, is watch your favorite movie and wrap yourself in a blanket, make yourself a cup of tea, maybe light up some candles, make a whole experience out of it just for yourself. You can cook yourself a lazy but special meal, something comforting, something that you enjoy. It doesn't have to be anything extraordinary. You can literally make yourself, like for me, my favorite comfort meal is just bread with butter and some cheese or some honey and some hot chocolate. Absolutely enjoy that. It doesn't have to be anything extraordinary. Even if you just get yourself kind of like a pre-made meal and just cook that still counts. Again, you can light up some candles, maybe pour yourself a glass of water or whatever beverage of choice you're drinking into a nice glass. Again, just for yourself. You don't have to wait for like some sort of like a special moment. Really, special moment is now. So make it special. And really, you can make any moment special. And that special moment will require a special glass. And the third part, that's where I think the magic will happen. And that's when we actually going to secure that new connection in your brain, as we're gonna anchor it with gratitude. So when you do something extra for yourself, make sure that you pause, make sure that you notice it, and make sure that you give yourself almost like a pat on the back. Tell yourself how proud you are of yourself for doing that. Tell yourself how good it actually felt after you did it. It might not felt very good or noticeably good when you were doing it, but after it's done and over with, you kind of like, oh wow, I did it and it actually feels nice. These berries in the water add like refreshing flavor, or this candle creates a nice ambience in my apartment. So make sure that you do that. And I want you to take that a step further, and you can actually journal on it. And every day or every week, you can create a little section in your journal and you can write how grateful you are for all these things that you did and how they made you feel. If you're feeling up to it, you can actually create a digital journal, like a collage or something. Let your creativity flow. You can snap a picture on your social media. And if you do that, please make sure that you tag me. I would love to see that. And I would love to cheer you to keep going and keep doing all those beautiful things for yourself. By doing all these things, by actually being grateful for them, you're going to also teach your brain to associate that act with comfort, with pleasure, with satisfaction. So you are more than likely to do that again, and you're more than likely to repeat that behavior. After you do it so many times, it's going to become so effortless. You're going to form it into a habit to actually romanticize your life. Instead of even thinking about it, you're going to be lighting up a candle during your breakfast. You're going to be lighting up some candles when you do your skincare routine. You're going to be turning on the comforting playlist when you're having a bath. The quality of your life will change, and as a result, your mood will change, and as a result, your actions will change. Essentially, it's like a snowball effect. You do one little thing and it can overhaul your life. And again, the thing here is consistency. And that brings us into our final part of this video, is how to keep going even if you don't feel like doing that. There's gonna be some bad days when you don't feel like doing it. Either you're tired or you're exhausted or you're stressed. But it's important to remind yourself, hey, remember how good it felt when we did it last time? It actually cheered me up, my mood got better, I felt better as a result. So why not to repeat it again? Why not to bring myself a little bit of comfort? Why not to bring a little bit of joy into the stressful day? So for example, that was actually something that happened yesterday for myself. I had a very stressful end of the day. I could have just simply went to bed in a bad mood, stressed out about the whole situation. But instead, I actually told myself, you know what? I know that having a bath and lighting up a candle will make me feel better because I did it before. And from my previous experience, I felt amazing. I felt rested. I felt calm. And that's what I essentially did. Yes, it might not have been the most pleasant experience in terms of I had random thoughts rushing into my head. I was still thinking about the situation, but it still allowed me to relax and I still felt better as a result of doing it. The point here is most of the time we regret things that we didn't do rather than the things that we did do. So for example, even if you did a workout, but it was like what you would say a bad workout because you only worked out for 20 minutes, you're still going to be grateful for yourself for doing that workout, even if that workout was short, rather than you're probably going to be thinking like if you were to stay home and just pout about it, would probably be like, oh, I wish I could have done that workout. I wish I would have went to the gym. I could have done something. It also makes you more confident in yourself, that you can show up for yourself every day, that you can show up for yourself no matter what. Also, when we're talking about romanticizing your life, it can be a little bit messy, and you're not here to make it perfect. Rather than you're here to feel it and experience the whole aspect of it. Some days romanticizing your life can be like just sitting in your pajamas with a cup of tea and listening to a cozy playlist, maybe with some candle. And that's okay. As long as it's special and joyful to you, that is all that matters. Of course, there is a little bit of a bonus for you. I'm going to give you some practical steps to try this week to actually start romanticizing your life in a lazy way. So today, I would like to encourage you to do something extra to what you are already doing. This week, I want you to plan one joyful activity just for yourself from step 2. A little reminder here, it doesn't have to be an hour-long activity, an hour-long walk or something. If you're short on time, even if you can carve 5 or 10 minutes out of your day to do something extra and special for yourself, that is still matters, that is still important, and I'm proud of you. Every night, make sure that you anchor your cozy romantic moment with gratitude. You can journal it, you can make a voice memo out of it, you can make a little video, or you can just smile, put your hand on your chest, and tell yourself thank you. So if you're feeling stuck, uninspired, or thinking that romanticizing your life is just too much, I hope this video provided you with an actionable plan on how to do that, and I hope this video changed your mind about this whole romanticizing your life concept. At the end of the day, it's not about just faking the romanticizing life aspect, rather than feeling and appreciating what you already have. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm truly hoping that you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. And I want to say that I'm very sorry, and I apologize for the quality of the audio in one of my videos that I posted last week. I recorded it with the wrong audio setting on my microphone, and unfortunately you can only hear it in your left ear, and I'm very sorry for that. I should have listened to it when I was editing it in my headphones, but unfortunately I didn't. That's how we learn. In the next video that I'm going to be making, it's probably going to be about failures, how to embrace them, and how to make the most of that experience. So thanks so much. I'm hoping to see you there. Bye.